now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. It's Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. It's Monday morning at 9 a.m., and that's when I start giving you no BS job search advice that's designed to help you with your job search, get you back to work faster, and make it a lot less painful than it may be for you right now. So here I am in Nashville, North Carolina. It is a gorgeous day. Temperatures in the upper 60s. The sun is out. No hint of rain on the forecast. Coming off a lovely weekend. And I know there's going to be someone who's going to call me and say, "So, hi, how's it going? What's going on?" And what they're trying to do is goad me into talking about what's going on for them. And the answer is, Monday morning at 9 o'clock, there was nothing going on for them. And every day, every week, almost every day at 9 o'clock, I get a call from someone who wants to know what's going on. And I just want to encourage you folks, be patient. Don't rush in there first thing in the morning trying to get someone's attention. We know what you're doing. All you are is an annoyance. And if we don't take your call, you're annoyed at us. Fact is, if we take calls from everyone who wants to speak with us when they want to speak with us, we don't have time to do what you really want us to do, which is help you find a job. We don't have time to network with people that we know to find opportunities to introduce you to. How are we supposed to do this if everyone's calling us up or emailing us to say, "Hi, what's going on?" And you expect us to respond to you. Now, I'm going to come back to that in just one second, but it reminds me of something that happened last week where I had several individuals who sent me resumes. I responded to each of the resumes within 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes of receipt. So this is not about it took me 3-4 days or a week to get back to someone. But I responded within 15 minutes and didn't get a call back. And I called the next day, left a message, and didn't get a call back. And I'm puzzled, because this doesn't happen infrequently. This is a pretty common occurrence. Now, I put something out on LinkedIn and on Facebook and a couple of other places calling attention to this little phenomenon. And, the responses were really quite interesting and pretty predictable. The responses basically talked about, how long did it take you to get in touch with these people, and basically, I guess the shoe's on the other foot right now. And let me just speak of myself. When I get off this show today, I already know I've got 200 resumes waiting for me. You can't expect me to respond to 200 people instantaneously. And I know I'm not unique in this regard. I'm a fairly visible individual with a good following in a variety of places, and people want to get my attention. I understand that. But I want to call attention to what your expectations are of recruiters. Because frankly, most people are incredibly mean to search professionals. You have the expectation that recruiters are going to respond to you instantaneously, even though you're not paying us. Organizations hire recruiters to find people to fill jobs. Unless you're in a program like my VIP program, yes, I'm trying to find you. Yes, I'm trying to attend to your needs, but to expect quick, instantaneous response is ridiculous. So, matter of fact, most of the time when I receive a resume, it's no better than those Cialis and Viagra emails that we all loathe. These ridiculous pieces of spam that we get that are trying to get us to take action even though we have no interest in it. I'll give you an example. Today, I logged on a little bit earlier just to check my email from yesterday to see if there was anything that required immediate attention from the weekend. And someone responded to a position I have had trouble filling with a client of mine, and I went to look at the person's resume. This was for a specific technology background. The listing was explicitly spelled out what the job was going to entail and what was being sought. And then, as always, I wrote, if you're qualified, interested, and available, please email your resume to me, and I provided my address. And I opened the resume up, and when I look in the person's background, he's a partner with an investment advisory firm who has never been near technology except to type out an email. And I got to scratch my head going, why did you waste my time? What's the point in sending a resume that doesn't demonstrate a fit? Now, if you think about what I tend to do, I'm very willing to accept someone's resume, but in the subject line, as you'll hear later on, I ask for the courtesy that you use the phrase on spec. So this way I can look at it at my convenience. It doesn't cause me to interrupt my day. When I'm trying to find organizations trying to hire, I'm trying to schedule interviews and a host of other activities that are designed to help me earn a living and help people find work and organizations hire someone. I'm not being interrupted to look at something I can't do anything with. And if I don't respond to this individual, they're annoyed at me. Now, in my case, for those of you who have worked with me before, you know that almost everyone gets a response from me when they send a resume, even what I'll call the spammers. Spammers get a polite response that says, I've received your resume, I'll be in touch with you if you have something. And it talks about some of the things they might do in the meantime in terms of places where they can find job leads or information about job hunting. And they could sign up for my e-zine. It's a polite letter, but, it's basically designed to tell people, I've got your resume, I'll be in touch if I have something. Even that isn't good enough for folks. They want a phone call from me. They want to sell me on interrupting everything I'm doing to go out and represent them. And with all due respect, and I know this is going to sound like all my recruiter friends are going to be cheerleading me, and I know they will. The fact of the matter is, individuals don't pay me. Organizations are paying me thousands of dollars, or tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to find people, and you aren't. So, with all due respect, yes, I'm trying to provide you with service, but you have to be accommodating. You have to be willing to understand that I'm not working for you. I'm supporting you, I'm trying to help you, but I'm working for my institutional customer. They are the ones who are compensating me. They are paying me to evaluate and assess people. And, I can tell you the simplest way to get my attention, so I want to go out and help you. And the fact of the matter is, if you want to get any recruiter's attention, if you want to get them to call quickly, as those few people did last week, the easiest way to get my attention, the easiest way to get a phone call from me is to send a resume that demonstrates that you have a background that fits a role that I'm recruiting for. I call pretty quickly under those circumstances. Where I'm not sure, the fact of the matter is, what I'll do is look for some clarification from you first, and try and get some information from you. So if you've sent me that traditional generic resume that so many people do, I'll find out the specifics of what I need in order to know that I should invest the time in calling you. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. And in all due respect, so many people, when I send notes to them like that, their response is to say, call me, as though I'm a secretary who's going to take down notes. They want to sell to me and tell me how wonderful they are, rather than just give me the answer to what I'm looking for. So, I just have to encourage you, work within a framework. Understand that recruiters are pretty busy folks, that we're trying to provide you with service, but frankly, we're working for an institutional customer that is paying us a lot of money to locate talent for them. And what you need to be able to do is make it easy for us. If you make it easy for us, we're able to make it extremely easy for you and make the job search a lot less painful than it might be otherwise. As a matter of fact, and I've joked with people about this so many times before, one of the reasons that most people find it more difficult to find work isn't about the job market. Often the issue about their difficulty in finding the work is their behavior in general. They spam resumes out and wonder why they don't get calls. They don't make the fit obvious to an employer. They do nothing other than send the resume and sit by the phone and wait for it to ring. If you want your job search to be easier, make it easier for everyone else, and you'll get great results. If you don't, it'll be a lot harder. Lastly on this subject, take some advice and coaching. Recruiters, third-party recruiters, and often corporate recruiters are trying to give you some input along the way that's designed to help you find work. Listen to them and take their advice, particularly if it involves how to handle things at an interview. If you don't, it just takes a lot longer and becomes a lot harder. And what's the point? They know better than you often what the employer's looking for. So, I know this is a tough lesson, but you're here for no BS job search advice, and that's what I gave you today. You're messing up, make it easier for yourself, and you'll get better results. So let me talk with you about some of the jobs I'm recruiting for in the New York area and around the country. And the first ones I'm going to talk with you about are with a client of mine in consulting. They're looking for a number of enterprise architects at manager and senior manager level. So at one level, they're going up to about 130 on a base. At another level, they're going up to about 150, maybe 155 on a base tops plus bonus, more likely 150. And they're looking for enterprise architects who have worked in consulting, who have architected solutions across an enterprise that have involved J2EE or .NET or SOA or cloud or software as a service-based solutions. And I want to repeat one element of this. Must have consulting in your experience. Their preference is not for contractors or people who've gotten that consulting experience from being an independent consultant. Their preference is for people who've worked for the large global consulting firms. These are travel roles, so expect 80% travel. I also have positions with the same client for program managers who have managed programs, again, throughout an enterprise. These are pay a little bit more, going to about 165, 170 on a base plus bonus. Again, the same technology environment and the same requirement for consulting experience. Suffice it to say, need to be based in the U.S. with the legal right to work in the U.S. They're not looking to bring in people from other countries. In addition, I have a position for a business analyst in New York to work with vendor filings on a day-to-day basis. This is not a big paying job. They're looking for someone with field underwriting or corporate underwriting or state filings or underwriting operations experience, well-spoken. Figure paying to about $70,000 per year plus bonus. There are a lot more positions that are available on my website, as well as positions that are available in audio form that you can listen to there too. I also have places where you can post your resume. I have easy to work with career builder links that are listed, that are available there. Access to Job Search Universe, articles from previous editions of No BS Job Search Advice easing, that are available there for free. And if you like, you can take a complimentary subscription to No BS Job Search Advice Easing. There's a subscription box in the upper right-hand corner. It's a $399 value. I publish it every Tuesday. They'll have tips about job and much more. So I'll be back next Monday with more No BS Job Search Advice. Make it a great week. Take care.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.